Luke and I were talking about cars. We asked if Parker would be able to jump a car if necessary.
I can very easily jump a car.
Wow, we doubted
Okay.
you, if I'm going to
Walk
be
me through the
honest.
process. Walk me through the process of jumping a car, Parker.
All right. So obviously, if it's standing still, I'm not going to be able to jump it. Like if it's just sitting.
Wow,
in
he
parking
got
lot.
you, Luke. He baited you. I didn't see that coming.
Parker, Parker. Not jumping over a car. Jump starting a car.
With jumper
Oh.
cables.
Like if the battery is dead.
Oh no, I cannot do that.
Oh,
No,
okay,
but-
okay. That's the. This is All Sports All the Time, episode 26 of season 2. This is a bit of a cold open because Parker just said bingo, bango, bongo as just like a pre-episode, like good to go, I guess. And I said, that's an old episode title, like 52 or something. And now Luke is fact-checking me to see if it is, in fact, the episode 52, which would be insane.
I think honestly we should start every episode with that. Bingo, bango, bongo. Action. You know what I mean? It's a good way to start.
It's like our version of action.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That would be interesting.
Oh, Owen, episode 62.
Oh.
And Parker, you weren't even on that episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Apparently not.
impressive
The
that
thumbnail is just me and Owen.
you remembered that then. Wow.
Well, I watched it and it stuck in my head.
I don't even remember. I know it was from the weird name game, but I don't remember what bingo bango bongo meant in any way. It's okay. We don't have to look into what it meant. That's fine. This is the first episode not in person that it's been just the three of us in a while. I don't know exactly how long, but we were all in
Yeah, it's been a
person
minute.
together for an episode. But yeah, we're back, remote, virtual, whatever you want to call it. I would like to point out before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, which if you don't, you should, we have a new addition to our frame. We previously had Grateful imaging for the sponsorship. You can still use the promo code for that. Owen Lap, all caps, 20% off Grateful Apparel. But we've got a new sponsor logo on here, and that is Lap Family Creative, the Etsy shop that my family has made. And I made a bunch of custom like graphic tees with Philadelphia athletes. So you go to YouTube, you can see a little scroll, a little preview of the shirts. We posted about it on All Sports All the Time. I made a Kelsey shirt, and so when he retired, it was like, here's the Kelsey shirt, you should buy it to promote him. So yeah, you can go to Lap Family Creative on Etsy, and you'll get free shipping on whatever you buy. So go check that out, especially the Philadelphia sports fans, because I think the graphic tees are pretty cool. So check that out. But yeah, I want to start off with Parker. We were talking the other day, and you said that you have a schedule now, and I just want to hear about how your schedule is,
Yes.
how it's going.
Oh yeah. So it's actually it's in my phone. It's called Google Calendar.
Mm.
It's revolutionary.
Did you
I
know
didn't
that the Apple iPhone comes with a built-in calendar as well?
I did know that.
People have
yes,
preferences.
but I've never
So
used
just-
that one.
Okay.
But the Google Calendar is really cool because it can change color for what you're doing. You know, so like, say you want it to be for work, you can make it purple. But then if it's for personal, you make it blue.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
color coding.
Color code it, and then
That's pretty cool.
it basically tells you when you have to be somewhere. So like, then I can just look at it and see, oh, I need to be here, you know, on at like 3 p.m. Then I know that I need to be there at 3 p.m. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it seems to work really well for getting places like when you're supposed to.
I think that's the quote of the episode, or of the year.
Yes.
Maybe of the year. Schedules, they're good for making sure you get where you're supposed to when you're supposed to.
Yeah. They are. And so I figured
Nice.
that out, and so
Mhm.
I'm using one pretty regularly.
That's good.
And it's been
Good for you.
effective.
But I don't always put it in my calendar. Like if I remember it in my head, I don't put it in my calendar. So
Gotcha.
it just depends on the
But
situation.
What if you don't remember it in your head and you didn't put it in your calendar because you thought you would remember it in your head, but then you didn't remember it in your head and it's not in your calendar, so you forget it altogether?
Nope, that doesn't happen. It's either I remember
But
it.
how do you remember to put it in your calendar because you forgot it if you forgot it?
No, I just don't forget it. If it's in my head, I don't
Yeah,
forget
So
it.
then
Come
why
on,
do you
If I
need a
know-
calendar?
It's pretty simple.
If I know I'm gonna forget it, I put it in the calendar.
How do you know if you're going to forget it if you forget it?
He just knows himself.
No, I know before I forget it. I know if I'm gonna forget it.
Well, then didn't you remember it?
Yeah, but he
Yes,
knows
I
that he's
remembered.
going to not remember it for long.
I know.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like a runner. Like they know before a run their ability of like how far they're going to be able to run. Parker knows in his head how long he'll be able to remember a thing.
Fair.
And it-
That's fair.
I know my mental capacity,
Exactly.
and sometimes my mental capacity is telling me I'm gonna forget something, so then I
Yeah.
throw it in the calendar.
Really,
You know what I mean?
really disrespectful of you to question that, Luke. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Parker.
That was
I have
No,
no
it's
faith
silly.
in you and your abilities.
that was silly.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's
Mm.
good job, Parker. We're proud of you because
Thanks, Dan.
we give you a hard time, and people who listen to the podcast who don't actually know Parker in real life, it might seem like he's always like this character of I don't know even the word to describe it. But there is a side of Parker that's serious and responsible, and that side is growing, and so that's just yeah.
I'm very serious and very responsible, Owen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's just cool. It's like the steps of seeing it progress. So
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking
Yeah.
of progressive, I actually just got a $2,200 check from them.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that
So
story?
So I got ran into, you guys know this, I got hit in my car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so insurance, we went through their insurance provider, the person who hit me.
Mm,
So I got $2,200 from Progressive,
nice.
and the work costed the same amount. So then I give it just got completed. They washed my car actually, which is
Oh,
great.
wow.
Dude,
I
that's
was-
clutch.
Yeah, and a bird had just gone to the bathroom all over it right before I dropped it off. So
I think
felt
the
so
last
bad.
5 times I've seen Parker's car, it's had bird poop on it.
Okay,
Yes.
well maybe not right before. Maybe it was
Like,
But-
yeah.
maybe it was a month or two before.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was stuff on the car, and they gave it back to me, and it's
Sweet.
white. It's white as like glass slipper, literally. It's just so nice, and they replaced it, and it costs $0. You know, because
Mm.
I got paid out, and I'm just gonna pay them. So
Did they do an oil change for you?
Uh,
Oh, that would have been nice.
I did. How do you check that? My oil
Parker,
light. is
you're-
on.
It's not an oil light. It's your check engine light. That's been on for.
Well, some
like-
cars might have, like newer cars might have like a specific, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But also, if you look at the oil tag in the top left-hand corner of your windshield, Parker, I guarantee you it's expired by months. Because last time I looked at it, it was expired. And so unless you got an oil change within the last couple months.
It's not the
No,
end of the
last
world
time I was-
though. Like
Oil
my car was
changes are
past it
scam.
and it was fine, so
Owen, was it you that I was with when we got told Parker the first time to get his oil changed and it had been like 3 or 4 years?
I don't remember that. It could have been. That
I
sounds
don't know if it
right.
was with you. It
They're a
definitely was
scam.
3 or 4 years, but it was a long time. It was like 2 or so years without an oil change.
Oh,
They're a scam. They're a scam because they get in there, you know, you haven't changed the oil, and then they try and upsell you like
Mm.
premium oil.
that is. They
and-
do that. Yeah.
Well,
And,
then you
and
just
then,
say no.
Mhm.
well, and then they want you to. They turn my AC on, and they said my AC was bad.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
trying.
okay,
They're
I don't want
trying
new
to fix
AC.
as many things. Yeah.
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 So then
So you
I
just
threw
say
them
no.
away. I did not let them change my oil. That's
Well,
why.
you let them change your oil. You let them do the one necessary thing, and you say no to all the other things.
The driving
But they were-
equivalent of walking out.
they said that I needed this, and I was like, no,
Hmm.
just left.
Where do
Okay.
you go for your oil change? That never happens to me.
I went to
Well,
Valvoline.
are you
That's
saying
where I
did
go.
you go there to get your oil changed, or is this when like you had your car like get cleaned and serviced and stuff?
No, they tried to scam me. It was just I was going to them for my oil,
Okay,
and
this is a separate time.
they ended up upselling me, and then I bought the premium oil. So I paid an extra like $35 for premium oil when I shouldn't have.
Okay.
You could have just said no to premium oil.
Yeah, the way that story was going, I thought you were gonna say I told them no, but you did get the premium.
Yeah.
Okay, that is
Yeah, I did.
yeah. I would say getting an oil change as a big car guy myself. Everyone who knows me will vouch for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely knowledgeable on this, but the way I understand it, I think getting an oil change is kind of like an expiration date on food. Like, it's good to do it when it's recommended, but like your car is not gonna, be like totally ruined
No.
if you go a few
Yeah.
months over. It's just it's
Yeah,
like best practice, but it'll be fine. Like
Yeah.
you went 4 years over.
It's-
That's not.
It's
That's
it's
not great,
easier on the
but-
engine. You know, it's easier on the engine.
Yeah.
It's
So
the more you do it.
we've kind of had a lot of car talk on the podcast the past couple episodes. Luke and I were talking about cars. We asked if Parker would be able to jump a car if necessary.
I can very easily jump a car.
Wow, we doubted
Okay.
you. If I'm going
Walk
to
me
be
through the
honest.
process. Walk me through the process of jumping a car, Parker.
All right. So obviously, if it's standing still, I'm not going to be able to jump it. Like if it's just sitting. in
Wow,
the
he
parking
got
lot.
you, Luke. He baited you. I didn't see that coming.
Parker. Not jumping over a
With-
car. Jump starting a car.
With jumper
Oh.
cables.
It's like if the battery is dead.
Oh no, I cannot do that.
Oh,
No,
okay,
but-
okay. That's the.
No, I was thinking.
We should
you
have
were
seen that
talking
joke
about-
coming from a mile away. and we
Yeah. That's just like the text the other day. I'm disappointed in both of us right now.
didn't. We got
Oh,
Parker.
actually,
did-
me. I fell for that one.
Okay, I thought you guys were talking about like if a car was coming at me,
Like
can
hurdle
I
it.
jump over it? Yes, I think
Hmm.
I have faith in myself to do that.
I don't think you could jump a car either of those ways. You'd have to get up there to jump over a car.
Well,
So-
you would jump, but then you go head first over top of
Like
it,
a
and then
dive.
And then you tuck and roll.
you tuck
Mm.
and roll.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Simple. Okay. We'll have
That'd
to
be
try
my
that
strategy.
sometime. Like
I
back
just
2
have to
summers
time-
ago when we did YouTube videos like every week, we can get back to that this summer maybe. It's like, can Parker jump a car? And it's like
Yeah.
both
How
both
much crazy
options.
stuff can we do this summer?
Yeah. The thumbnail's just Parker diving headlong over a car.
See, I feel good about that.
You can
Jump.
clickbait it. Parker got hit by a car.
Progressive
Yeah.
paid him way more this time.
Progressive paid me 2 legs and a broken wrist.
Okay, so that I think that's good for the car talk for this episode. Life update for
agree.
me, I think that ideally, if I have any say in it, I think I may have just paid for my last haircut ever today.
What?
Not
How?
not that I will never get my haircut again. I think this is the last time
Wait,
that I paid for a haircut.
What do you
who's
mean?
gonna cut your hair?
Because, hear me out. So, my whole life growing up, my parents cut my hair because
Mhm.
they were just like, haircuts are expensive. We have all boys. If they had girls, it'd be different. Like, cutting girls' hair, definitely go somewhere. But with boys, they are of the thought process, and I have also, because of that, I'm of the thought process that with boys' hair, like, you don't really need to go get it cut. You can get yourself clippers when they're young. You just buzz it, and then like when they get older, you learn how to like fade and stuff. Like, you don't need to go somewhere. You can do it yourself.
Okay.
So, whole life did that. Obviously, now I'm down here in Florida. Can't have my parents cut my hair unless I wait for breaks, but that's a long time. So I've been going to Supercuts because that's just the closest place. First time I went there, I got a card. It's in my car. I should have brought it as a prop to show, but I got a card, and they write down the date every time, and you go 12 times, and the 13th one you get a free haircut. not the best deal in general, but for me being down here for 20 months, I was like, I think that'll actually time out perfectly, that I can get the free one and then be out. So today I got the 12th one. So that means the next time I go once a month. The next time I go, it'll be free. And then the next month I have spring break. So I'll be home. So either my mom or dad can cut my hair. And then after that, a month later, I graduate. So then back home, getting haircut there. And then after that, like whenever I move out of the house, I would literally like go back to my house to get my haircut. If I'm living in the area, I'd be like, hey, can I swing by and get my haircut? Boom. And then
Are you gonna have Grace cut your hair as you get old?
I was gonna say, and then once I'm older, I would just have my wife cut my hair, because like she can.
Wait. No. This does not time out. This does not work.
Why?
Because there's two different things that can happen. One, you're not in the area.
That
and
is
you're
possible.
not married yet.
Yes. Then I
Yeah.
would have to pay for haircut again in my life.
Or you get married, live a nice life, but your wife dies first.
Jeez.
By
And
that
then
point, just
at
go
that point,
bald.
then I would have to.
You have to get one final shave. Yeah.
Goodness, Parker.
That is not where I saw that going.
Not at all. Well, but then no. I would like to object, because he said a nice long life. If it's long enough, then maybe one of the kids would be old enough to cut my hair for me.
But not if you live in a different state or country.
Okay, that's possible. Then we're getting into a lot of hypotheticals. What if one of my brothers is
What if he
close?
moves into like a retirement home?
Oh, at a retirement home, they're for sure cutting your hair for free.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
So barring those two options Parker just laid out, or at least one of them, it's possible that I could have just paid for a haircut for the final time, because I don't believe in needing to go get your hair, pay to get your haircut. I will if my wife cuts my hair when I'm married, it would probably take a few tries to like get good at it, like it'd be a little rough the first couple times probably.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because you're married. You're not trying. You're done. You're good. You're not trying to like impress people now. It's like you're
But
stuck
think
with
about
me.
this,
Good
like,
haircut or bad haircut.
Owen, think about this. What if you're gonna be a sportscaster, right?
That's
That's what you want to do. What if someday you end up being like on air, like you're the guy that everybody looks at? What if you need professional headshots, and Grace has only cut your hair like one time? Like, don't you think maybe then you should get a nicer haircut so that like your professional headshots like look really good?
If in that scenario I needed to go get professional headshots, yes.
All right, hear me out. What if you really progress in the industry and you work a really big job and they actually have hairdressers for you and they cut your hair for you?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind that. That's again free.
No. It's actually they're paying you to get your haircut.
True, because
So
working for them. Yeah. So yeah, lots of options. It is
but
possible.
it's not free though. You said that you would be getting free haircuts.
The whole point was I don't think I will spend money on getting my hair cut again. It's possible that I will, but I didn't think we would spend this long on this.
Do you know what I
was
thought about? I've thought about something.
My goal is to not
Owen-
have to pay for a
Owen
haircut
reminded
again
me
in my
of it.
life.
Wait, say that again, Luke.
I've thought about something, and Owen kind of reminded me of it when he was like, I just maybe paid for my last haircut ever. Like, if you think about it, you always do something for the last time, but you don't always know that it's the last time. Like, think about it. When you were a child, your mother would hold you in her arms and carry you around the house.
Okay, that
Your mother put you down, but she never picked you back up. Your mother put you down for the very last time.
you could have thought of
You were
a
a
way
kid.
less sad example.
And she never picked you back up ever again. Like, that was the last time she ever set you down. Like, how sad is that?
Like at some point when you were like, I don't know, like 6 or something. Yeah, that's
and
really
she,
sad.
And she wasn't like, oh, I have to cherish this. This is the last time I'm putting him down.
Because you don't know.
He just sit you down and never picked you back up.
It sounds to me like you were talking about animals there for a second. You're like,
Not put
Oh,
them
you
down. Oh my
you gotta
god.
put our
Parker's
dog down.
morbid this episode. Jeez.
No, but think about that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, you're
You
right.
don't know.
you just don't ever know.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be
all
your
the
last
moms
breath.
listening to this, you're probably making
What?
them cry
Parker,
now.
what?
What did he say?
Is it? This could be your last breath.
Technically, yeah.
You don't know. Like,
That's biblical. The Bible says that.
There, I just
Don't
took
make
two
your
more.
plans for tomorrow. I don't know the verse, but yeah. Don't make your plans assuming that things will happen. As I just 5-10 minutes ago, whatever it was, said, I don't think I'll ever pay for my haircut again. That's not necessarily making plans, but yeah, that's any moms listening. Comment if Luke just made you cry, or comment if you had a realization of, yeah, if Luke really just made you realize like, oh yeah, that was the last time I did this.
So every time you hold your child, cherish that moment and never put him down.
Just never. That's a good life lesson for everybody, for everything. You never know when it could be
I
the
love
last time
Luke-
doing
Luke
something.
giving- yeah, I love Luke giving parenting advice. Like, that's just a good trope right there. We can make that a spin-off series.
Honestly, I think out of the three of us, Luke would give the best parenting advice.
Yeah, I
Thank
agree.
you.
If I had to pick, if it's the
He has the
most
best
likely
kids.
to. What?
I think I have I think I have the best dad jokes too. I probably will have the best dad jokes.
Oh, yeah. You'll have the best like traditional dad jokes. Parker will have like his own like style of dad jokes, but Luke will have like the classics.
Do you think of you guys, I'll be the most dad?
Yes. Absolutely.
I feel
Yeah.
like I already have.
And I
a
mean
lot
that
of
as a
dad
compliment.
qualities. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
do love my lawn.
Yeah.
The beer belly.
Okay, you didn't have to go to that.
Why are we going back to this? This was years ago.
That's so
I
mean,
can't revisit
Parker.
the joke.
So mean.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, my word. But yeah, you definitely have the most like dad-like hobbies already. Like, yeah, woodworking. You'd definitely be like building stuff around the house, cornhole.
Golf.
Yeah.
Speaking of cornhole, I joined an I Am Cornhole League at school.
Oh, wait, yeah.
that's sweet.
Yeah, you told us about that last episode, or me about that last episode. Yeah, you're definitely gonna dominate that.
Yeah,
I'm very excited
Luke-
to hear about that.
dominate.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Me and other Luke are on a team, so
Teaser for next episode. They don't know who other Luke is, but yeah, coming soon. You guys will find out. Luke has to go soon, so let's jump into a game that we are going to be playing, a little competition between us for this week. The conference championship games are on Sunday, and we are going to what's the most simple way to explain this? We're going to put together fantasy lineups, essentially, we're going to put together lineups of players in the conference championship games, and whoever gets the most touchdowns on their team wins. I think that's the simplest way to
Yes.
do it. So we
most
have
touchdowns or most points.
most touchdowns.
Okay.
So we're doing it like a fantasy lineup where we're going to have a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. How do we want to decide the draft order?
I want to go first.
Oh,
No.
he has a first overall pick in
I
mind.
say we decide the draft order based on the way we finished in our league of fantasy this year.
So
Yeah,
Parker first,
first.
and then
No. Like how we would draft. So I go first, and then
No.
Owen, and then Parker.
Wait.
No, I got first. I go first.
Yeah, if
You don't want
get
the third
first, that
pick?
means you draft last. That's how this works. That's how life works.
That's coming next year. That's next season for fantasy.
I think
That's
you guys
every
rock
season.
paper scissors it for the
Alright.
first pick. Loser
That's-
loser
wait,
gets
hold
third
on.
pick. I'm locked in at second.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it best out of
best
three
of
or
three.
straight up? Okay,
Is
best of
it
three.
snake too? Is it snake draft?
Snake,
or no?
yes.
Snake,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper, scissors. Wait,
scissors.
this is, oh, we've tried this before. This does
It
not
doesn't work well over. Okay, you got it.
No, Owen should say it. Owen should say it for us.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What? Parker threw that so.
Parker, that was so delayed.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's got to be a better way to do
That was
this.
okay. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10.
Okay, I like this.
No, you're gonna change the number if it's not close
God,
to me.
I
know
will
it.
write it down, Parker. If you don't believe me, I'll write it down. I'm writing down a
Just show
number
the
between
camera.
1 and 10.
Don't
I'm not going to show the camera. Okay. Now,
All right,
you
Luke
both-
is first.
rock,
No,
paper,
we both
scissors
text
to see
Owen a
who says it
number.
first.
We should both text Owen a number.
No, just say it. Just both of you say a number. 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
5.
Oh, he said 5. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Parker. He's basically just pick higher or lower than 5, and it'll be
6.
closer. Parker gets it. It was 8.
Yes.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Parker gets the first pick. That was way more
Yes.
dramatic than we needed this whole thing to be.
Okay,
So,
I'm
first
going
pick,
to draft-
Parker.
my running back 1, Christian McCaffrey.
That's what I wanted.
He
That's
led
the
my
only
team.
reason I wanted to pick first.
That's interesting.
me
I
too.
thought quarterbacks were going to go first because quarterbacks can throw and run for touchdowns.
No,
So I
but
feel like quarterbacks are really valuable.
The quarterbacks in these 4 games, I feel like
I guess
are
they're all-
super. They're all like.
That's true.
I mean, with maybe the exception of Jared Goff, I feel like the other 3 are gonna be do really well.
Positional value.
Whereas I feel like Christian McCaffrey, yeah, I
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like the other positions don't go as deep.
Okay.
Yeah, McCaffrey is a guaranteed touchdown. Like,
Mm.
guaranteed.
That's
Exactly.
yeah. That's a good
Right.
one. That's a good one.
Oh, and are you picking second or am I?
I am picking second.
Okay. After
Yes.
you, sir.
Yes. So I thought about Deebo Samuel because he will be playing, but we're not sure he's 100%. So that kind of worries me quite a bit. So I'm gonna go wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick. He's almost a guaranteed touchdown. Yeah, he's basically a guaranteed touchdown.
So Luke, you get back to back.
Gibbs. Kidding.
We had a bit of technical difficulties. We're back now. Luke, your pick.
With my first pick in the draft, I will take Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. And you got back to back.
Solid running back out of the Detroit Lions because I don't remember where he went to college.
Bama.
He went to
Okay.
he went to Alabama.
Okay. With my second pick, this could either be a really good pick or a really not good pick, but I think it's going to be a good pick. I'm going to take Rashee Rice.
Ooh.
I like
like
that
it.
pick, Luke.
That's a fun pick. I like the
And I'm going to
aggressiveness.
explain my pick to you guys.
Go for it.
Because I don't know if it needs defending or not, but I feel like the Chiefs have the least weapons of any of the teams in the playoffs. And I feel like for Mahomes to spread the ball around doesn't happen as much. I feel like Rashee Rice is like, between him and Travis they're the main targets, and I feel like he's been a dog at the end of this. Like, I feel like he's been having such a good late second half of the season. And I feel like he's going to continue that run through the playoffs. So I've got
I love
confidence in my
that.
man Rashee.
No, I love that. Honestly, he was on my fantasy team, and by the end of the year, he was starting, and he was like one of my best players.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like Rashee Rice a lot, and I think he's going to continue to have a good postseason. He already has 1 touchdown this postseason.
He tore it up in Buffalo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's a good pick. All right, Owen, back to you.
Okay. This is tough. I think that the tight ends in this conference championship round might be the best group of tight ends in the NFL. Like
Yes,
it might just be
I
the
agree.
top 4 tight
The
ends.
top 4 tight
I-
ends, yeah.
So
I completely agree.
that seems to be the formula. Just get one of the top 4 tight ends, and you'll be one of the top 4 teams. Because tight end is loaded with these 4. So it's tempting to take a tight end, but I feel like I can wait because I can rationalize basically any of the tight ends scoring a touchdown. So I am going to go with Isaiah Pacheco as my running back to score a touchdown, and then also David Montgomery.
No,
No, wait, it's not my. Oh no!
Oh no, Owen.
I forgot that I'm not the wraparound. Okay,
Rookie.
so I'm taking Pacheco, and now Parker with back-to-back. We'll see if he'll take Montgomery.
That I can't believe you. Why did you do that? So
I
wait,
don't know.
So you picked Amon-Ra in
That
round
was-
1.
That was
running-
quite dumb. And then Pacheco
And then
round 2.
you picked Pacheco.
I'm
right?
taking Pacheco. That's Now Parker has back-to-back.
Okay. Yeah, I have back-to-back.
It'd be really
All
messed
right.
up if you took Pacheco. Montgomery. My brain is just not working right now. This is not good.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you guys a question. Answer it honestly. Is Gus Edwards playing?
I don't know. I can find out.
I also don't know. He is listed as active right now.
Okay. So that's the best
So
one.
I would assume he is playing.
I know Mark
I'm
Andrews is
going-
playing.
That could also change.
I'm going to leave Montgomery on the board. I really, really want the running back 1 in Baltimore. So
Okay.
who's the running back 1 been in Baltimore? Let me pull it up.
They haven't really had a super
Yeah.
consistent one.
I would say Gus is probably their one.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook didn't do much with them.
Justice Hill also hasn't
So-
done a ton.
Yeah, probably Gus Edwards.
I'm going Gus Edwards, guys.
Interesting.
I was going Gus Edwards
Gus
as
Edwards
my.
over David Montgomery. I don't know about that.
I just think this is just touchdowns, not productivity.
Yep.
And I think the Ravens are going to move the ball, and we'll see what ends up happening. But I think Gus Edwards is going to get in the end zone more so than David Montgomery.
Okay.
So that right there is my running backs. They're locked in. There we go. I have both my running backs. Now we just need some wide receivers, a tight end, and a quarterback. And
Yep.
honestly, the wide receivers, there's still some pretty good names on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to lock one in before it comes back to me. So I am going to go with Debo.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
pick.
just an absolute, at this round, an
Yeah.
absolute steal.
Debo and
and-
CMC on the same team.
Debo and CMC, I feel like they could each get 1 touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
which would be amazing for me.
That's a good pick. I like that one. I'm gonna take David Montgomery. I think that even against the Niners defense, I think that he'll at least get 1 touchdown. Probably not 2, but I think he's a safe 1. So Luke, if you take a running back here, we will all have gone 2 running backs and a wide receiver through the first 3 rounds.
Wait, Owen, do you already have 2 running backs?
I have 2 running backs. I have Pacheco and Montgomery. Parker has CMC and Edwards,
Okay.
and you have Gibbs.
Well, then I'm certainly not taking a running back because that would
Dang
be
it! I
dumb.
tried to get him to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I could get someone else out of this.
Yeah, you can take a running back last
Um,
now.
Let's see here.
Luke is really looking over his notes. This is Parker. You weren't here for the birds draft that we did with Tyreek. Luke took about 5 minutes per pick in the bird draft. It was rough.
Okay. I got back-to-back here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ayuk has not been drafted, right?
Correct.
Nope. He's still there.
I'm going to take Brandon Ayuk.
Mm.
And with my next pick,
You can You can get your choice of quarterbacks or tight ends.
Yeah, does
Yeah,
he
I
want to
know.
go quarterback or tight end? What does he want the first pull from?
Who do you think's gonna have the most touchdowns?
That's what I'm.
That is
That
the
is where my
game.
mind is. That is my intention with trying to figure this out right now. I'm going to go with, in my opinion, the best tight end of the 4 of these, Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
In my mind, I think Laporta is outplaying every single one of those tight ends out there right now,
I agree with
including
that.
Kelsey.
Including
Kelsey.
But he's playing against Fred Warner, the best linebacker. So that worries me.
I think Sam Laporta. Yeah, I have confidence in him.
Wow. Interesting. That's an interesting pick. I'm surprised by that pick.
I was going between him and Kelsey.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelsey is probably the safer pick for sure. But I also think that, well, Kelsey had a great game last week. He had 2 touchdowns last week. I think there's also just like, there will be games where he just does not perform.
Mm.
And I don't know, maybe he will have another 2 touchdown game and I missed out there.
Mm.
But I think Sam Laporta, I have faith in my man Sam.
Yeah,
I like that pick.
That's good. That's good. Okay. I am going to take the first quarterback here. I am going to go with Lamar Jackson. I think that I thought about Mahomes, but I was like, I think the Ravens defense is legit. I think Mahomes is going to have a tough time getting touchdowns. And then Goff and Purdy both probably could have good games. I think Lamar has the most upside of the quarterbacks here.
I like that. I do really like that. All right, I could go just almost full out 49ers.
You really could.
Because I feel like they're going to score the most touchdowns this week because they're playing the Lions.
If you go Purdy and Kittle, that'd be crazy.
Here's my thought process. I could pair them.
You'd be stacking like your whole team.
Yeah,
my whole team
that would be huge.
But, I don't know what will end up happening. So I feel really good and I really want to get Kittle.
Okay.
Because I feel like Kittle, and I just want him. So I'll have Kittle, McCaffrey, and Debo. So I just think all the skill position players, I'll have all of them. And honestly, why not? Why not? Let's just get Purdy as well.
Wow.
I think that I think Purdy's gonna have a good game, and I'll just take the 49ers to score a lot of touchdowns, and we'll see if it happens or not. We'll just ride or die the 49ers this week.
Wow, I can't blame you. I think that a lot of people really want Detroit to win, but the 49ers are really good, and yeah, it's definitely more likely that the 49ers blow out the Lions than it is that the Lions pull away, or that the 49ers winning big seems like the most likely version of the way this game goes. Man, Parker is drafted really well. I think the Gus Edwards pick is the only thing that's keeping this from being a runaway for you.
No, Gus Edwards he's literally, what always happens with the Ravens team, Lamar always moves the ball so far down the field, and then they get to like the 2-yard line and hand the ball off. It happens every single week. Like every single week. And so Gus Edwards he's going to get at least 2, maybe 3 touchdowns.
Okay. And then watch that happen, and then Purdy throws a touchdown to Debo and Kittle and McCaffrey. And Parker just stacks all of them.
Exactly. 2 per. Because that's like a 2x multiplier. That's why.
Exactly.
That's why I got that. That's why I got Purdy, even though Mahomes is still on the table. I just feel like I can stack it with my current roster construction.
Exactly. So back to me. I've got wide receiver and tight end left. Luke has quarterback and running back, so I don't have to worry about him taking either of these. So I am gonna go with wide receiver Zay Flowers.
I thought you were gonna do that
to stack with Lamar, because I came into this draft wanting to stack. That was my initial game plan, and then Parker just did it way better than me. But I'm still gonna take Zay Flowers to stack that with Lamar.
Nice.
So Luke, this rounds out your roster now, quarterback and running back.
Yes. Well, again, Parker stacked better, but I'm gonna take Mahomes to go with Rashee Rice.
Makes sense.
And this is the toughest pick that I'm facing right now, is this second running back. And I'm going between two guys right here. And I think I'm going to have to go with Justice Hill.
Mm.
Ravens too. I think, like, I was going between him and Clyde Edwards, and I was looking at Clyde Edwards just because Pacheco is questionable going into this week. So he is expected to play. If if there was injury, Clyde Edwards would be there too. But I also feel like he's not great.
He's not a goal line back.
Exactly. And I feel like the Ravens have less of an established backfield than the Chiefs do. So I feel like there's a more likely chance that Hill will get touches as opposed to Edwards-Helaire. So
Okay. There you go.
I feel like that's who my RB2 has to be.
You know what I'm gonna do here? Let me just go into the archives real quick.
Oh no. Oh, you're sideways now.
AKA sideways.
Yeah. The sideways archives.
Sorry.
What archives?
Yeah.
What archives do we have related to Justice Hill? Okay, well, you go into the archives. I will take with my last pick my tight end, Mark Andrews. He's coming back this week. He's fresh. I think that the Chiefs are the team that's the least equipped defensively to cover a tight end well. You can make a case with the Ravens guarding Travis Kelce. They have elite linebackers, elite safeties. They can handle Kelce. The Lions have great safeties, pretty good linebackers to cover Kittle and McCaffrey. The 49ers obviously have the best linebacker in the league to be able to cover Laporta. I think that the Chiefs are the least equipped to cover a tight end well. So Mark Andrews with the stack with Zay and Lamar to round out my roster.
It's very interesting that nobody drafted Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Sorry, Travis. The disrespect is kind of
actually
kind of crazy. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, and we all said nah.
And he's literally the best tight end in the league, some would argue. If Laporta has like 1 touchdown and Travis Kelce has 2, Luke missed out on that stack. So
I know. I was thinking about the stack that I have with Mahomes now, and that would be a nice stack to have Travis. But I don't know. I feel like Laporta's good. I have a good feeling about him, but we'll see.
Okay.
All right,
Parker,
so
you got the last pick.
My second wide receiver spot. This is what I was going into the archives for. I was between a couple guys here. I was like, I could pull out Odell. I
thought about Odell versus Zay Flowers, legitimately.
Yeah, I could pull out Rashad Bateman. I could pull out a bunch of guys here, but I'm riding and dying on the 49ers, and I really hope that Brandon Ayuk doesn't score touchdowns because he's the only guy I don't have. Jawan Jennings is my.
I love that pick, dude.
So
he's really riding the 49ers.
I'm just riding. Jawan Jennings is my wide receiver too, and we're just gonna hope that Brandon Ayuk doesn't score any touchdowns.
That's awesome. I love that you quadrupled down on the 49ers.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Wow. I should have, instead of Gus Edwards, I should have got Juszczyk.
I thought Juszczyk was a fun one I was like, is Luke gonna take Juszczyk as his RB2?
That's a thought. That didn't even cross my mind.
Goal line situations.
That would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right, so final teams. Parker has Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Gus Edwards, Deebo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, George Kittle. I have Lamar Jackson, Isaiah Pacheco, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. Luke has Patrick Mahomes, Jahmyr Gibbs, Justice Hill, Rashee Rice, Brandon Ayuk, Sam Laporta. So there you go.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, that's kind of how these things go. This episode is going to be out on Sunday, so if you're listening to this after Sunday, you're listening to this whole draft after the games have happened, and we're talking about like, oh yeah, I think this guy will do this, and I'm sure some people just really enjoyed listening to all of that and being like, wow, none of that happened the way they thought it was going to. So
we nailed it all 100%.
Or they're like, these guys are geniuses. The 49ers scored 40 and Parker is brilliant. It could be that.
That would be amazing if that happened.
It could be that. That's also really good for hedging your bets, Parker, because as Eagles fans, none of us want the 49ers to win. But now you're kind of happy because you have this. So if the 49ers go off, you at least have that.
You're right. I'm hedging my bet for sure. But unless Brandon Ayuk scores all the touchdowns,
which would be hilarious.
I'm double mad. Then I'm double mad.
That would be so funny.
Brandon Ayuk has 3 touchdowns.
Brandon Ayuk and Juszczyk rushes the ball in like a couple times.
I mean, you've got Brock, so that's not even the worst. But yeah.
So they hand the ball off to Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk rushing touchdown would be.
And then the defense scores a couple touchdowns. The 49ers defense scores a couple touchdowns. That would be the worst.
What if Brock Purdy, like, I mean, between McCaffrey, like, he just doesn't, like, what if McCaffrey runs him in? You still get the points, but you don't get the stack then.
You're definitely rooting for passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCaffrey, he has passing receivers.
Yeah, he's a good pass catching back.
Yeah.
He's actually just a good running back. Doesn't matter. He's just good at everything.
He's a lock-in for one, so I at least have one.
Yeah.
Whether you win or not, you'd have the most entertaining, interesting team, Parker. So
that's
you win that award.
Juwan Jennings is gonna come in clutch.
Most interesting, dude. If it's the NFC game is second, if it's like tied between Parker and one of us, and Juwan Jennings scores.
Yeah, we have to keep, like, we'll be watching this as the games are happening.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
To keep this updated.
Yeah, absolutely. we'll be having a lot to update during these games. Our football competition, our touchdown competition, and the bingo board. So we'll have to be locked in. So, yeah. Are you able to stick around to help us fill out the bingo board, Luke, or do you have to go?
I should probably get going.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But I wish you guys the best of luck.
Bye, Luke.
I will talk to y'all later.
See ya.
Peace.
Hope you guys don't score. So, as I was saying before, Luke had to head out. We are doing another bingo board this week for those of you who were not following along the past couple weeks. What are you doing? But check out our Instagram to see the previous bingo boards that we've done. Basically, we're just compiling. We're making a board out of random plays that we think will happen. Not like betting lines of like, this person will get this many touchdowns or like final things. We're looking for like specific occurrences that will happen. So we got to watch during the game to see, does this happen? So let me pull up quick for you what we have so far, because you guys have been super helpful in the comments, giving us suggestions to help fill out the board. So that's been great. We really appreciate your help in seeing the stuff you guys come up with. So far, we have Brock Purdy throws an interception, a controversial call helps the Chiefs, a Christian McCaffrey receiving touchdown, a Brandon Ayuk touchdown on the bingo board. Interesting. A L'Jarius Sneed interception, a Lamar Jackson fumble, a George Kittle touchdown. Again, these touchdown overlaps are fun now. A Jahmyr Gibbs 20-plus yard gain, a Lamar Jackson 30-plus yard passing touchdown, a missed field goal of less than 50 yards, a CJ Gardner-Johnson and Debo altercation, and a game-winning turnover. So, again, the way bingo works, if those things happen, then we cross them off and we're trying to get 5 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spots to fill. So let's start this, Parker. We have a decent amount of Niners and Ravens. I think we could get a couple of Lions, a couple more Lions in there. Things happening for the Lions. Do we want to do something with Laporta?
We could do Dan Campbell does Dan Campbell like yell at a player or something like that? No, that wouldn't be good.
That's a little broad. We could do Dan Campbell. We could do like
Throws a
Lions.
challenge. Throws a challenge flag.
Okay, I like that.
It has to be Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell throws challenge flag. Yeah, we'll do that. I like that. Also, Dan Campbell loves, as we know, going for it on 4th down. So I think putting Lions 4th down attempt, or like Lions go for it on 4th down, feels like
No,
a good one.
Lions 4th down failure.
Oh, you want to get specific? Okay, we can do that.
Because they're probably going to go for it once on 4th down.
Well, I
But
mean,
the
we
Lions
haven't
4th
gotten
down
bingo yet, so we are trying to get bingo, but we can do that.
We need to make sure that we put the L'Jarius Sneed interception up in the corner somewhere so it doesn't affect too much. Because I feel like the odds of that happening are very slim.
The corners are actually kind of valuable because you can get like the diagonal, like 3
Okay, then put it like
ways.
up in the top left, just one away from the corner.
Okay,
Put the L'Jarius Sneed one up there.
I can do that.
Just because that one is less probable than some of the
Yeah,
other
a
ones.
specific guy getting an interception is a tough one. So, yeah. Do we want to do something with Laporta? Like he gets like a touchdown or a certain like big play.
Laporta one-hand catch.
Dude,
Is that
I literally thought the same thing.
really?
So I think we have to put that now. That was the
We have to
thought
put
that
that
came
in.
into my head. If that happens, that'd be wild.
That isn't very likely. So maybe put it in a spot that's not like the most important,
Crucial.
like the middle. Don't put it in the middle, but
Yeah, I won't put it. I'll put it in a spot where we can only get it 2 ways instead of 3.
yeah.
So that's crazy. The fact that we both thought of it, we have to put that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We
now we
do.
got a decent amount of Lions. We could do some more Chiefs. We have Snead and controversial call helps the Chiefs.
Okay, Isaiah Pacheco. Is there one for him yet?
No, I like where you're going with that.
Okay, so he always runs really angry, right?
He does.
So like I kind of want to do something related to that. Like
Like Isaiah Pacheco
Isaiah-
breaks into the open.
Isaiah Pacheco gets like I kind of after first contact like an additional like like basically there's 2 guys on him and they're trying to tackle him, but he gets 5 more yards, something like that.
How
to be
about
like-
Isaiah Pacheco big gain after broken tackle?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
And then we'll just have to judge what big gain is.
yeah, and we also have to judge broken tackle. Like broken tackle, I don't know. Are we counting those like barely even touches him as a tackle attempt or no? I think-
but they give broken tackles out like kinda easily, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to do
Okay.
too much. Kinda up to our discretion also. But like yeah.
All right, let's do that one. Big gain after broken tackle.
Yeah. Okay.
Travis Kelsey lateral.
That's a how about
Is that too hard?
I think that's a very difficult one.
I don't know. He could do it.
Yeah. How about like a game ends? Do you think one of the 2 games? How likely do you think it is that one of the 2 games ends with like one of those lateral plays where it's like a team has the ball?
Less likely than Travis Kelsey.
Really?
Lateral. Yeah.
How about? What if we just say Chiefs lateral on offense?
Okay, I like that.
Like a Chief will lateral.
Chiefs lateral. And it could be a trick play. It could be.
Yeah.
Wait, what if it's like one of those read option ones where like you're rolling out and then you lateral it back? So like.
Yeah, technically that's a lateral. I think. How about it has to be past the line of scrimmage?
Okay.
That does make it harder.
That makes
But like,
it harder.
I feel like a read option is too easy. That doesn't feel like legit.
But the Chiefs don't really do read options a whole lot.
That's more of like a pitch than a lateral.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, pass line of scrimmage then.
Okay. What's like a more like special teams or like a slightly more vague one that like a game-winning turnover or a missed field goal of less than 50 yards that can apply to any of the games?
Okay, I got one. You know how like there's not a lot of kick returns nowadays?
Mm-hmm. The Texans had one last week.
There's a kick return that goes past the 40-yard line.
A kickoff return?
Kickoff return.
Okay.
Or like, someone scores a touchdown, they do a kickoff. And you just have to get it past your own 40-yard line because that never happens nowadays.
Yeah, they don't have long kickoff returns. So kickoff return past 40-yard line?
Yep.
Okay.
In any of the games.
I like that. Cool. Got that. Do we want to pick a specific kicker that we think will... Last week we had Harrison Butker misses a field goal. Just any field goal. And then like I think 4 other kickers missed field goals, but Harrison Butker didn't.
They did.
Do we have someone that we think will make or miss a field goal? Like do you think Justin Tucker will make one 40 plus? That feels like a safe one to get us some points.
Yeah, let's do that. That's pretty safe. 45 plus. 45 plus.
Okay. Justin Tucker, 45 plus yard field goal.
Yeah.
Cool. We got that.
I think we should do a Jawan Jennings.
Okay. Just to double down on yours.
Jawan Jennings double-digit yard catch.
Okay. I like that. Jawan Jennings, 10 plus yards.
Yeah. No, just like on one catch though.
Yeah. Jawan Jennings, 10 plus yard catch. That's good. I like that.
Lamar Jackson recreates his viral video on Vine from 2014 where he's running into the end zone, then stops on a dime, lets the guy go by him, and then walks in, like high steps into the end zone.
Very specific.
And it has to be on the right corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
You just said.
I don't know about that one.
No, I agree. It's too specific.
That would be hilarious though if he did that. Okay, we've got 4 more. I think we're pretty balanced so far.
We should do Amon-Ra and Jared Goff. Something related to them. Jared Goff, like a 25 plus catch from Amon-Ra or something.
From Amon-Ra?
Or like no, like he catches
Or
it
to him.
from Jared Goff.
Okay. I was like, you have Jared Goff catching a 25-yard pass from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay, Amon-Ra 25 plus yard. Okay, I like that.
An overtime game.
Okay, yeah, we had that last week, but I like running that back. One game goes to overtime. Yeah.
So overtime game. Because last week none of the bingos hit, right?
Well, we didn't get bingo. Yeah, we got 3 in one line, and yeah, that was the best we did. Okay, so we got 2 more.
Okay. The let's see here. We should do something. The Ravens score four four touchdowns total. Or
That's like an end of game
yeah,
line
it's
instead of
not-
a specific.
let's do-
We could say Ravens score last,
yeah, let's do that.
like whether it's to win or not. But like the Ravens are the last team to score in their game.
Ravens are the last team to score. Yeah, I like that.
All right, and then we got one more. Last one. Last week we had quite a bit of controversy about whether or not the Ravens would win. In the comments, I don't know if you saw it in the comments of our post. My dad said, "I think that the Ravens will lose," and then all of my classmates put hashtag I stand with Tyreek because he's a Ravens fan. And then the Ravens won. So we did put on the board Ravens lose. Do we double down in putting Ravens lose this week to try to help them win against the Chiefs? Or do we flip and put Ravens win because we believe in them now?
I think we double down.
Put Ravens lose?
Just double down, Ravens.
All right.
lose.
It's back.
Yeah, it's back. We brought back overtime, brought back Ravens lose.
Okay. So, yeah, this is our consolation, I guess, if if the Chiefs win and we're all sad because we wanted the Ravens to if the Chiefs win and we're all sad because we wanted the Ravens to win, this is our consolation of at least we got a square on the bingo board crossed off. So there we go. It's done. You guys can't see it right now, but go to our Instagram because by the time this is out, it'll be posted. So you can follow along with us and we'll try to get bingo because we haven't done it yet. But I feel good about this one. I feel good about this board. So
I do. I feel really good about it. I mean, the Jawan Jennings anytime touchdown. No, I'm just kidding. The Jawan Jennings 10 plus yards, that's gonna hit for sure.
that's a good one. Yeah, because he's not bad. He's a great third receiver. So if he all it takes is one first down play, that can't be too hard for the Niners. So yeah, this episode's gonna be kind of a long one, but we still have some time. So, which of the two Philadelphia headlines do you want to talk about, Parker? Embiid dropping 70 or the two coordinators getting fired from the Eagles?
Embiid dropping 70.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it. What do you got?
So-
Your thoughts. How did you experience Embiid scoring 70?
So it was a Monday night. I get home from youth group and I like look at my phone and I'm like, or no, I'm in the car and I look at my phone and I'm like, what the heck? Embiid has 50 plus points. And I'm like, no way. And it keeps going up. He's still playing and it's the fourth quarter. So I quick get home, turn on the TV and watch the fourth quarter, start texting Owen and Luke, like, what the heck is going on? Watch him drop 70 and have like 17 rebounds and 5 assists. And I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Like, he's just so good. He's averaging 36 points on the year. Like, he's got to win the MVP this year. He just absolutely has to. He's averaging like a really insane triple double. All his numbers are better than last year. His blocks are better. His steals are better. His turnover ratio is better. His assists are better. His rebounds are better. His points are better. And he won the MVP last year. So it's really revolutionary. He's the best modern day scorer that this game has seen.
Mm-hmm.
MJ is highly regarded as the best scorer in the 1990s. Wilt Chamberlain is regarded as the best scorer of the old days in like the 60s and 70s. But Embiid is now regarded as the best scorer in the 2020s. He just is unstoppable down low. He just is physically bigger, stronger than everybody, and yet he has such a good touch. Like, the mark of like elite scorers is getting the free throw line, right? Like, that's what everybody says. Like, man, these elite scorers like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they get to the free throw line better than anybody else does. And Embiid gets to the free throw line so much, and he makes his free throws. He's like an 88% free throw shooter, and he's 7'3", like, with being almost 300 pounds. It's really just a combination of touch. He just has soft hands, really good shot, and he's just really big. And so it's really, really awesome to watch.
I really liked JJ Redick might be a tiny bit biased because he likes Embiid and the Sixers, but I think we can all agree JJ Redick's great, so we're not going to question his credibility in how biased he is. But he had a great point about he like did research into the amount of free throws taken like back then versus now. It's not like a huge difference. People are acting like, oh, nowadays the free throws that Embiid's getting, it's really not a huge difference like per possession, the amount of free throws that are being taken in the NBA. So like, yeah, that shouldn't be factored into this level of scoring. It's elite. And it really bothers me when every time the NBA posts about something impressive Embiid has done, you go to the comments, it's like 70% about flopping and free throws. I'm like, come on, guys. I know we like to be negative, but yeah, I just want people to appreciate Embiid instead of saying it's all free throws.
Yeah, I think honestly getting to the free throw line, like, he gets to the free throw line 20 times because he gets fouled because nobody can stop him.
Yeah.
So like the fouls that he's getting called for, like, you watch the full game and it's like every time he's going to the free throw line, there's a reason why. It's not like he's just flopping and getting calls, you know? Like, he's actually getting hacked because nobody can stop him. So
and
they have to foul.
He has that reputation from his career. He's absolutely like tried to draw fouls, flopped in the past. But like, yeah, you watch the games and now he's still obviously trying to get fouls sometimes, but yeah, he's developed so much in the past. I feel like people who were saying that remember Embiid from like 4 years ago, but haven't watched a lot of games recently, and they're seeing like, no, he's legitimately just dominating. You're saying with the best scorer, I think the best stat for that is that he's averaging 51 points per 100 possessions this year, which is ridiculous.
Insane. Yeah, that's just crazy. And he's doing it all in like 34 minutes. Yeah. You know, he's averaging more than a point per minute. You know, so it's
which
not like
I don't think anyone's ever done for a full season.
No, I don't think so either. And it's not like he's playing 40 plus minutes. You know what I mean? Where there's 48 minutes in basketball game, a normal basketball games. And it's not like he's playing 40 plus minutes a night. They're really limiting him in the fourth quarter for most of these games. And he's still just within 3 quarters dropping, 30 plus points per game. He's done it for the past 17 games now that he's played. He's had more than 30 points per game. And it's just crazy because look, like, you look at 5 years ago even, and you only had one player that was, like, I remember when the highest points per game in the NBA was like right around 27, 28 points per game. Embiid is at 36 and a half right now points per game. Like,
in 34 minutes per game.
In 34 minutes. Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's just unstoppable numbers. Like, really, it totally is.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he just I know that it's gonna come down to the playoffs, and so like, yeah, you know that legacy wise and like team wise. It's about winning championships. So we have to recognize that. But also, I still want to appreciate what's happening here. Like, if Embiid goes his whole career without winning a championship, that would suck. He would be seen as less great historically, all of those things. But it's still just so impressive what he's doing right now. And so, like, as a Sixers fan personally, I'm not expecting everybody to do this, but just as a Sixers fan, I'm trying really hard to appreciate this and not get ahead of what everybody else is saying. Is like, well, doesn't matter. He has to win a championship. Like, I want to appreciate this, even if they don't win a championship.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to get through the Celtics at some point.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know what he'll look like versus the Celtics, because I mean he just hasn't historically looked very good against the Celtics.
Especially in the playoffs.
So, but if Embiid doesn't look the best, they're not gonna win in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Like, it's literally just Embiid and Maxey, and they have a little help from Tobias Harris.
That's playoff
And-
basketball.
Yeah, so literally you need Embiid to be just an absolute just demigod out on the court, or else you're not going to win in the playoffs. So, especially when you play the Celtics. So it's they don't really have the roster construction to go head to head with the Celtics unless Embiid is just on like a different level. So he needs to be on a different level.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see a great post that was they said the Sixers' potential playoff run could be Jimmy Butler, Heat in the first round, and then Doc Rivers if they play the Bucks in the second round, Al Horford, they play the Celtics, and then James Harden if the Clippers make it. So that's like ideal dream storylines all throughout the playoffs. If the Sixers take out Jimmy Butler, Doc Rivers, Al Horford, and then James Harden at the end, that would be just incredible.
That would be crazy, honestly. If that were to happen, that'd be wild.
So it is, yeah, like the Celtics, obviously best team in the NBA, probably top competition. I'm less scared of the Bucks now that they have Doc Rivers, so that's fun. That makes the Bucks less intimidating to me.
Although I am scared of Giannis.
Yes.
So, and Dame
will always
like
scare us.
That's still Giannis and Dame.
Mm-hmm. How much
still do their thing.
It was Harden and Embiid with Doc. It was Kawhi and Paul George with Doc. Anyway,
that's true. That's true. They always lose in Game 7.
Yeah, just get the Bucks to a Game 7.
Yeah.
We should intentionally go down 3-2 so that people start talking about Doc Rivers blowing a 3-2 lead. But yeah, that would be crazy if that happens. But do you remember at the beginning, I think it was like the first day of the NBA season or like the week of NBA tip-off, I called you and we were talking about the Sixers and I was like, I'm just keeping low expectations this year. Because it was before the Harden trade and it was just like chaos. And I was like, that's what I said. I said, I'm embracing the chaos this year. It's going to be a weird team and we don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know, man. The expectations, they're getting back up. And
are they high now? What's your expectations of this team?
I don't know if they're high yet because I'm still hurt from Game 7 where Embiid and Harden just fell apart. So I don't know if we're far enough removed from that for my expectations and hopes to be high. But they're higher than I want them to be because we're gonna get hurt again, and I don't want to get hurt.
What's your expectations right now? First round?
I feel like we're getting out of the second round this year. That's
getting out of the second
round. I feel like they're getting out of the second round this year. But even saying that is scary because I don't want my heart broken for the 5th year in a row.
That's a bold statement. When was the last time they got out of the second round?
I don't even know. Pre-process.
Yeah.
So, yeah, long time.
Allen Iverson.
Really?
Probably.
That was the last? Jeez.
They made it to the conference finals.
Yeah, they made it to the finals in 2001. Did they make it to the conference finals a time
year
after
after.
that? The year after. Okay.
Yeah. I
Man,
think
so if
so.
it's 2002 was the last time they made it to the conference finals, jeez, we weren't alive.
Yeah, no. That's crazy. Let me double check that.
So that's a good thing to reference. But man, 2002, that's unfortunate if that's the case. That does make sense though, because like yeah, the process definitely haven't done it, and I don't think they were good enough in any years between then. So that
Okay.
could very well be it.
All right, let's see here. When was the last time you made it out?
This is just gonna hurt.
Man, this is so sad.
We know even if they didn't go in 02, we know they went in 01. So that's the farthest back this will go. They've done it in the 2000s. They've made a conference finals more recently than the Cowboys have made a conference finals. So we've got that.
Owen,
What?
it was 01.
Dang it,
That-
dude.
That's the last time they made it out of the second round.
That's so bad. Wow.
And before that,
Okay, we don't need to.
oh gosh.
That is.
Before that, it
rough.
was 1985.
Oh my word. Wait. So 85 to never mind. 85 to 01 is 16 years. We're past that. So
Yeah, so they made it, let's see here. So they made it in 2001. The next year after that, they lost in the first round to the Celtics, of course. The year after that, they lost to the Pistons.
because that was
In
peak
East-
Pistons, right?
Yep, in the
Yeah.
second round. And then 05, they lost in round one. 08, they lost in round one.
Yeah.
09, they lost in round one.
And then the process.
2011, they lost
Or-
in round one.
Okay.
2012, they lost in 7 games to the Celtics in 2012. And then the process. 2018, they lost to the Celtics.
You didn't have to list through all of these. I don't know what made you decide to do this.
2019 was the Raptors in
Ugh.
Game 7. That shot. 2020 lost to the Celtics again in round one. 2021 blew the series
The
in
Hawks.
7 games to the Hawks, which the Hawks were the 8 seed, by the way.
Yeah.
Then 2022 they lost to the Heat. 2023, guess what they did? They lost to the Celtics again.
Yep. Game 7.
Yep, and they were up 3 games to 1, or no, 3
To
games
2.
to 2. That series.
Hawks, it was 3-1, right?
Yeah.
So that was fun. Thanks for that, Parker.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
And I remember where I was for all of these
Mhm.
series.
Yep.
Like I was in Pittsburgh for the Raptors series. I was for the when they lost the Hawks. I was over in Glacier National Park. And it's just tainted my memory of those places. I'll never go back to those places now.
if you guys enjoy seeing us disappointed, in pain, we've live streamed a full game twice. We live streamed us watching Sixers Hawks Game 7, and we live streamed us watching Eagles Bucks first round, the wild card game. So 2 losses. The Hawks one much more devastating, obviously.
That was-
But yeah, we're 0 for 2 on streaming Philadelphia playoff games live. So I don't know if we stay away from it or if we try to break that trend at some point.
Man, that's right, because that Hawks series I was in Glacier and then they came back
Just in
and
time.
then we live streamed that and can't believe that happened.
If someone wants to find the timestamp of our faces the moment Ben Simmons passed that layup, we have that documented forever.
Yeah, that's in the archives.
Um,
That's
Yeah.
in the archives, deep in the archives.
Yeah. Well, sorry to
That
end this
video's on
episode on
YouTube,
the.
dude.
Huh?
That's in the YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. You go to our YouTube live stream. There's a section live. That's there. So I think the Sixers Hawks is the only one in live because I don't think we watched Eagles. We didn't stream Eagles Bucks, but we have a podcast episode that's us watching it live. So it's basically the same thing at this point. So, yeah. Sorry to end this episode on such a downer. This is really fun,
should
really a
talk
fun
about it.
episode. Well, actually, Parker, you were you're really positive. You're kind of a downer this episode at certain points. There, you talked about hypothetically my future wife dying. You talked about well, Luke talked about moms not being able to hold their kids for the last time. And then you listed all of the Sixers' pain of the past 2 decades. Just really killed the mood a couple times. But yeah.
They call me the mood killer.
Well, but that's the thing is you're the opposite of that normally. You're the mood the mood booster. So I would never call you the mood killer. So
today
just
killer.
yeah, I don't know. Today something was going on.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is episode 26. Thank you guys as always for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all those things. And the next time that we're back here for episode 27, it'll be our Super Bowl preview. The Super Bowl will be episode 27 will drop on Super Bowl Sunday that morning. So be ready.
Wow.
That's gonna
Be ready.
It's gonna be quite the episode. Any last words, Parker?
Do not perish.
All right, there we go. That's perfect. See you guys.